Hello Gems, Leah from Red Emerald Yoga. Today I am here. We're going to be doing an unboxing of my Hay House card deck club box. I have to say that slow because I get all tongue-tied. So I have my package label right here. So I'm just going to cut through this tape here. Hope I don't cut my stuff. Let's see if okay, here we go. It just comes with a plain white box with this little sticker on it. And they like to put a cute little insert in there. So this one says, "This is the only time I get to live today. I choose to enjoy it." So that's really cute. Talks about the little decks that you get in the box. These little cute, I'm probably not on camera. I always do that. So this is a little QR code that I never do. I can't really tell you what that does because I just don't like scanning QR codes. So yeah, if you do those, maybe you can leave a comment below letting me know what that's all about. But there are some, it says that there's member, what does it say? Member exclusive resources. So I'm wondering if that's like, they had like some little meditations and stuff online. Okay, so I did not do this the last time I got this box. I just showed what it came with, but I did not do an unboxing. So this time I'm going to do an unboxing and walkthrough of all of the decks that come in here. So this is Louise Hay's Affirmations for Self Esteem. So we'll do that one. We'll do that one first. And then this is oops, I'm off camera again. This is Gordon Smith's The Healing Spirits Oracle. I think we'll do, I'm not sure. I'm gonna just like see what I feel like when I pull this out and touch it. Let's see. This is Rebecca Campbell's it's hard to see with the gold. There it is. The Healing Waters Oracle. I have her, what is it? The Rose Oracle. And I really like that deck. I use it for people who have like childhood wounds, people who have like family troubles, and I like to use it in relationship readings. So it took a little while for me to connect with that deck, but I do really like the Rose Oracle. So I'm thinking, oh, Bob has spoken. Okay, Bob, we'll do this one. We'll do this one last, the Healing Waters, because I think I think that's going to be my favorite. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to put these here. We'll open this one last, the Healing Waters. And we're going to start off with Louise Hay's Affirmations for Self Esteem. So this is probably going to be a longer video. Feel free to jump to the timestamps below if there's a deck you really want to see. I'll leave timestamps in the description. Get some tea, get coffee, whatever it is that you like to drink. All right, well, that was exciting. Okay, I just got a package right now, so the dogs were enthusiastically thanking the delivery person. He was really cool. All right, so this is the box. Oh, I thought it was going to be like a lift-off box. I guess I just couldn't tell in the packaging. This is kind of cute. This opens up like a little present. It's not a magnet. It's just a little flip top, but that's super cute. So it says, "It does not matter what other people say or do. What matters is what I choose to believe about myself." And that's something that took me a really long time to understand, and I have embraced that wholeheartedly. So yeah. I love myself exactly as I am. I do, but I also think it's good to strive to be a better person than I was yesterday. So I do accept where I am, but I always try to be a little bit better. There's always room for improvement. Okay, so got a little paper. If you follow my unboxings, you know, I'm super corny, funny. I don't know. I like to keep these little things. So that will just go in the bottom of the box. So I wanted to get this. I probably would not have ordered this deck. Honestly, I was a little bit disappointed when I found out this was going to be the deck that was coming in my box. But as I sat with it for some time, I kind of thought, you know what, this is kind of cool because I'm just going to start flipping these because I do like the images that I did see. Oh, that's kind of cool. They're double-sided. Unless they're all like that. I'm not too sure. But I thought these would be cool to use as oracle cards and readings, especially, yeah, they are double-sided. Okay, so it does like, how many cards are these? 12 cards, but double-sided, that gives you 24. So you could use it like an affirmation for the day. I could use these to theme meditations, yoga classes. I could use these as motivations for clients when I'm working one-on-one with people, doing like motivational coaching, chakra coaching, doing personal training, private lessons. I guess I'm not really showing the backs that well. I'm going to go backwards just a little bit. Okay. I don't know if I showed this one. I'm just going to show it again. I'm actually trying to read this on my computer monitor to make sure that they're focused. So it's actually easier to read it for me on the card. Okay. So right now my dogs are barking because my neighbors chose to come out of their house without asking my dogs for permission. They're too much. So I do like the positivity of these cards. Okay, so I think these are really good for when I'm working on a theme, when people have low self-confidence, low self-esteem, when they're not feeling loved, when they're not being accepting of themselves. But I think if a person is falling into into a bit of an overactive solar plexus chakra, or they're letting their light shine a little too, they don't have a problem with their light shining. I think that these cards might not be the deck that I pull out for that person. Because I think there has to be a balance. So I do like the positivity. I do like, for the most part, like the theme of the cards. But some of them I'm thinking that you can dwell a little bit too much in the I'm perfect, just the way I am mantra. Even though you are perfectly whole and complete, but I think it's good to look at yourself through a clear lens. Okay, so these are Louise Hay's Affirmations for Self-Esteem. So obviously, if you do not have a self-esteem, like if you're not struggling with self-esteem, this deck may not be for you. think that would be like more like when on days when you're feeling down. It's like you have a lot of people telling you like, oh my gosh, like if you are struggling with people thinking that you are like if it's interfering with your life, you know, I don't want to turn this into like a downing thing, but like struggling with being very selfish to where it's interfering with your interactions with other people, messing with relationships that you truly care about. That kind of an attitude may not help to foster meaningful relationships. I think it's important to be honest. All right, so we're going to do Gordon Smith. So these I figured this would be, I would like it for a lot of situations. Okay, but that was probably going to be my least favorite of the three. Not that I wouldn't like it, just my least favorite. I don't think I have any Gordon Smith decks. This would be my first, so kind of neutral on it. I'm not really too sure what to expect. So let's see. It's a pretty tight box. Okay. All right, so we got something on the inside. It says, to all those who use these cards, reach out with your heart and mind to the highest and best in the spirit world. Ask them to bless and give healing to all readings you give, to yourself and others on the path. Okay, so I really like that. I like that message. I guess I'll just leave this like this. No, I don't like that. It's bothering me. There we go. Okay. So we've got the standard Hay House box. Nice sturdy box. Just a green liner on the inside. Move that out of the way. Coming into the guidebook. Let's see. So if anyone's wondering, this is Gordon Smith. So there was a, with the card deck club, there was a thing where like you could have supposed to have some sort of, what are those things, like a online virtual thing. It wasn't a Zoom. I think it was on a different platform. Anyway, I was going to attend it and then I did not because you were supposed to bring your deck to the meeting or to the thing. And I didn't have my box yet. So I don't know. I didn't go, but I really wanted to have my deck and I didn't want it to be, I didn't want to know what was in the deck beforehand. So I just waited. All right. So he goes on talking about spirit, which I like. Introduction to working with spirit. I did read that it said he's a medium. So I do feel he's going to have a spiritual approach. Let's see. It's got a pretty long introduction. 17 pages. I'll go through that on my own. We have an introduction to the cards. This is 48 cards in this deck. Oh. Get back, Bob. Bob, get back. He's over here by my cable. He's licking my he's licking my foot, my dog. Okay, let me see. So we go spirit healers and helpers. And then we go straight into the cards. So I don't see any spreads in this healing from spirit guides. Spirit sages and masters. Okay, so he's kind of broken up by like the types of cards that there are. Healing from guardian spirits. That's kind of cool. How to use the cards. Okay, so his spreads are in the back. Oracle and spread, uses a daily oracle. It talks about a meditation, how it's not compulsory to practice meditation when you use this, but he does do meditations when he works with this deck. So it looks like he gives quite a few meditations. but I don't see spreads. Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of cool. That's a first for me. I've never had a deck that does only meditations and no spreads, but I love meditation. I do have some of my meditations here on YouTube. So I'll be interested to check that out on my own. I'm sure you're not here to listen to meditations the whole time when we're talking about the deck. Let's see. This card is a little bit messed up right here. It's already lifting, which is pretty disappointing from, I mean, Hay House is like a powerhouse when it comes to decks. They just kind of like churn them out. They should have better quality control, especially when you're doing like a card deck club, you're like in a subscription service. Other than that, the cutting seems good. I'm not too sure if that was from, sometimes it's from the liner in the box. It like kind of grabs it, but the liner seems like it's pretty like glued down in place. So I don't really feel any lifting edges. I don't think it's from the liner. And it seems like there's enough room in there for them to come in and out. So yeah, I think that just got messed up. All right, so let's go through the cards. I think I just put that out of order too. Yes, okay. Let's see. So these are the backs of the cards. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the camera. To me, it looks, I don't know. Is that off-centered? I'm not too sure. I have to go behind my camera so I can look at it straight. I think it is a little bit off-centered. Am I tripping? No, maybe I'm tripping. Okay, I don't know. Anyways, let's flip the cards. Okay, so we're going backwards. I'm going to go within. Carry the torch for others to see. Wake up the world. Try to get this on camera. Okay. The light in you can lead the way. It's kind of like a face. They're all kind of face-like. I mean, that one's a body, but this one kind of looks like a face too. I don't know. Is that just me? Like looking at my screen, that looks like eyes and then kind of like the smile face. But there's a little person inside. I do meditation. And then this one has a body. Speak your truth with passion. There is so much more to you than you think. These cards feel pretty buttery. They do feel good. This card is really pretty. I like that. This is the perfect time. Universal love is true. Oh, universal love is true love, so love all. You have the ability to affect your own destiny. Absolutely. If the world around you seems turbulent, stop. I love it. And it's just like the calm in the eye of the storm. That is so cool. Listen to the voice within when it persists. It is always okay to ask for guidance when the way is unclear. To overcome, you first have to climb. It isn't about being right. It's about doing the right thing. Courage arrives when you step over fear. Absolutely. Sometimes the things you need the most are the things that frighten you the most. Don't fear change. Embrace it and grow. I don't know if you can see that. It's hard to tell, like, is he receiving, like, this downloading this star stuff from the universe, or is he sending it out? Trust in the wise spirits, and your prayer will be answered. When it feels right, do it. Be the best version of yourself and start today. I don't know. I'm thinking these cards are a little bit off-centered. Like, all of the cards seem like they're like kind of over just a little bit. So I'm wondering if, like, this is, I don't know. I'm probably I'm probably gonna measure that later. But see what I mean? How there's like a bunch of space on this side, but on this side it's very close. I don't know if this is just my deck. But the number is there, so I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. True love can never really be lost. They're still pretty cards. The image is still pretty. It's just something I'm noticing. Your path may be bumpy, but this will alter soon. And there's like a little spirit person in the waves right here. Success isn't what you have, it's what you do with what you have. Your soul will find those you are meant to experience life with. Yes, absolutely. And sometimes it's not always your birth family. It's not always your group of friends you start out with. Sometimes your groups of and circles of people, they will evolve, they will shift. People will come, people will go, because be pretty sad if you never changed, if you always stayed the same, and sometimes you're just not meant to stay with certain people. You are on the right path. You are your purpose. Happiness is freedom from fear. You came to serve. Always in motion. One spirit guide, one way. Inner space and universal knowledge. A spiritual hug. Yes. Life lessons again. I really like the way these cards feel. I know I already spoke about the buttery feel, but I do like these buttery cards. Your spirit guide can lead you, but can't do it for you. Can't, with a T. Oh, look at that. There's a person hanging upside down right there. It's kind of like the hanged man in the tarot. But I don't know what this person's doing. This person like diving in the water himself? I'm not too sure. That's really cool. Be like your spirit guide. I love that. Ask your spirit guide. Your life plan is unfolding as it should. Lost but never alone. It is so beautiful. All is well. I don't know if you can see, like, to me in the ether, it's probably intentional. It looks like there's a little person here meditating. Spirit healers and helpers are with you. So to me, it looks like the spirit person, and then that's the human person, and then that's the spirit. Be calm and keep going. I do like this deck. This is pretty cool. I wish it seemed more, I wish it was centered. I do wish it was centered. I think my deck is printed off center. I don't think it's supposed to be off to the side like that. Heal yourself to heal the world. Heal the past and fix tomorrow. Send out help to others. Okay, yeah, that is a person right here. It's like the arm and the legs coming this way. Natural healing power. Like, this one looks pretty centered. That one looks pretty good. It is time to move forward. Maybe I'm gonna have to interpret this deck like as a way to move forward. Share the gift. You have the power to make yourself better. Endurance is the key to success. Isn't that the truth? The first step is taken. You have asked for help. Okay. So this other deck here, this doesn't have a guidebook. This is just, you just read the cards. That's it. That's the message. This one does have a guidebook. So I'm going to give these a quick little shuffle. These shuffle pretty well. There's a little bit of grip to them. Let me see how they shuffle this way. These rifle shuffle, they shuffle pretty well right out of the box. They have a little bit of a flex to them. This wouldn't be as hard to break in as some of their brand new Oracle decks, and I have smallish hands, and I can handle these cards pretty well. I do wish that it didn't have that little card damage right out of the box. That's pretty disappointing, especially when I'm, you know, getting like this little package, and it's got all this pretty little crinkle paper in there, and you can tell the intention is to make it seem like a gift. So it's just a little bit disappointing when you open it up and your gift is already damaged and you didn't do it yourself. Like, then it's like, okay, well, I did that myself. Like, darn, I should have been more careful. But okay. But let's see how the deck looks after shuffling. can I still find that card? That's what I'm looking for. Can I find the damaged card? Oh, my dog is not happy about it. Yeah, I can find it. I can see it right here. There it is. So I'm probably not going to do too much rifle shuffling. I'll probably do, I just wanted to do that for the camera just so you can kind of see. I'll probably do more overhand so I can be conscious and careful when I'm handling this deck because it's already starting to lift. Okay, so I'm just going to pick a random card and go to the book and see what our card is going to be. It is always okay to ask for guidance when the way is unclear. Now, this card reminds me of when you're in school, or at least when I was in school, and then the teacher would say, there are no stupid questions. Don't be afraid to stick your hands up and ask if you don't understand. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Sometimes, you know, you may be embarrassed or like, oh, you know, I don't want people to know that I don't know, or a little bit embarrassed to ask for help, but wait, 38. Oh, so I'm looking at the page number and I should be looking at card number. Okay, let's see. So this is the guardian spirits. Does it say anything about guardian spirits? It does. Let's find out. Guardian spirits are the closest reflection of Guardian spirits are the closest reflection of an eternal God or giver of life that we can recognize. They are deemed the highest and clearest of consciousness before the source of all life. To some, they appear as angelic beings, but their true nature is actually without form of any kind. They are pure energy and only take form and appear in the human realm when an intervention is called for from on high. Such episodes are rare, but not unknown. They are more likely to appear as light or energy to us. I am stammering. You hear that? They are more likely to appear as light or energy to us because it is beyond our ability to sense such luminosity and high vibrational movement. Guardian spirits are the keepers of the light that operates through our universe and gives life to all the beings in all the realms of the living. They often act as the caretakers of life, especially of those who are in the process of taking a more spiritual road. Part of their purpose is to help all consciousness to grow, so they are willing to assist with any task, no matter how small, as even the smallest growth means more of their light will shine through. Guardian spirits are the true doorkeepers to all things of a higher nature, which includes the Akashic records, the universal mind that holds all knowledge. They are in control of how much we need to know in any given lifetime, and they direct the books of our soul until we are ready to own them ourselves. Working with these beings is the ultimate way to develop the pure mind of the spiritual worker who serves the source of all. The guardians wait for our call, and when they hear us, they will attend us and help to lift our minds from the heavy human emotional problems that can bring us down into a higher, more liberated sense of self. Ask the guardians to assist you and open your way to a lighter, higher path. Allow them to protect you from the fears and shadows that cloud and confuse the human mind and replace them with balance and contentment. The eternal message of the guardian spirits is simple, yet still to be understood by the masses, and that is those who walk the path of life will also walk the path of love. When you choose a card from this set, you are asking for divine guidance from the highest realms of spirit in the eternal universe. Take time to contemplate the answer you receive and work with it until you truly absorb it into your being. Okay, so card 38, the description's not that long. It is always okay to ask for guidance when the way is unclear. You may have lost your way on the spiritual path you started on, but help is always at hand when you need it. The guardian spirits that light our universe always know where you are on the path and are only a thought away from you. They are telling you that when the way is unclear, it is time to stop and take stock of where you have come from. Rather than make hasty decisions about your future, now is the time for you to ask for assistance and allow the light beings to gently lead you to a place where you can pause and wait for life's clouds to clear. Okay, that's pretty cool. Moving on to, you know what? I think I'm going to pull a card from each deck. Yeah, we'll do that. So let me move this out of the way. So we have this one here. Okay, there we go. Let's get one from Louise Hay's Affirmations. I guess I'll just flip them and do this, huh? I'll do 2 more shuffles. Just see where we end up. And then, all right, and then we'll just pick a random card. So we have, for every problem that I may create, I am confident. For every problem that I may create, I am confident that I can find a solution. Okay, so that'll be this card here. We're going to make like a little, I guess we'll put that here. Go in there. Okay. So that's that one. Moving on to Rebecca Campbell's The Healing Waters Oracle. This is the deck that I was really excited for. This is probably a deck that I would have ordered anyway. Some of her other decks, I think like I might like them, but I'm not too sure. So I haven't ordered them. This one, when I saw that, you know, she had made this deck, this was one that I did want to get when it came out. So I was really excited that this was going to be in the box. Plus, I love the water. I love the water. Okay. So let me show you the inside of this box. If you're not familiar with these little boxes, the healing waters are within you. So you can, it's just like a little decorative thing. It's got these like double ribs here, which are cool, right? Yeah, totally. My dogs agree. Way cool. Same thing on the inside. Okay, this is probably going to be pretty tight. Okay, so I'm just going to remove half of the deck and then the other half. Okay. And then she even does like really pretty bands. It's hard to see because it's so light. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. So it says, unlock the sacred mysteries of the waters. Really pretty. Rebecca Campbell does gorgeous packaging. I really like the way that she puts so much thought into, seems like every little detail. Okay, so what I wanted to show you was the box that I was still talking about. You can use the box as part of your reading. You can have like a 2-card spread. You could have a 3-card spread. You know, it's just really cool. You could do more cards down here. But that's the way that she designs her deck. Wait, how does this go? Yeah, like this. Okay. All right, so let's go into the book. We've got a nice sized book. She does a lot of information. At least she did it. At least she did in the Rose Oracle. So let's see. Just really pretty. So this says, for Craig, Sunny, and my daughter, who was in my waters during the creation of this oracle. That's really cool. Okay. So she goes into her acknowledgements. My journey with the healing waters. She has a remembering the way of the sacred waters, the watery world of the Great Mother. I love her storytelling. The song of the ancient grandmothers. May we hear the song of the ancient ones, imprinted in the waters of the world. Through connecting to the waters, may we attune to the great intelligence of life. May we honor all waters as sacred, both around us and within us. May we protect the sacred waters of the earth, so there is plenty for all, now and forevermore. Water as the intelligence of life, a water planet, sacred element, creation stories and other myths. Like, she really goes into a lot of thought in her decks. Sacred mysteries of water. There's just so much. So then we come into the cards, working with the Healing Waters Oracle. So she tells you about her intention, an attunement. There's a video. How to read with the cards. She has a 5-step guide on how to work with them. If you're an experienced card reader, you know, feel free to follow along with her way, but you probably have your own way. She has like altar work here, meditating with the cards, grounded action, soul inquiry. Talks about using the Oracle's box. Talks about spreads, which are covered in the box. That's cool. The pearl. All right, and then it just goes into the meanings. Okay, so let's check out these cards. Backs are beautiful. I love it. It's like a psychedelic mandala. It's very oceany and watery. Again, another buttery deck. The wishing well, unexpected gifts, kindness, karmic jewels. The wellspring. What are you thirsty for? Body care, take a breath. The well maidens, kindness, respect, reverence, and compassion. The waterfall, inner power, unbridled confidence, claiming your place. So you'll notice this deck is going to be another very feminine deck. It's really reminding me of the Rose Oracle, just like more like a blue theme. The Water Oracle, psychic abilities, acting on visions, it's destined. When I first got the Rose Oracle, I'm not going to read these. I'm going to start talking. But when I first got the Rose Oracle, I was really not thinking it was a deck that I would use in my readings for men. But sometimes that deck is so fitting for men, even though like it's even in some of the wording, it's talking about, you know, it's obviously geared more towards a woman, but a lot of the men really connect with it sometimes, especially when they have like a wound from their childhood regarding their mother or their grandmother or their sister, you know, something of that nature, you know, their wife. It really helps them to connect with their feminine side. So just because just because it's feminine doesn't mean that men won't enjoy it. But I love the imagery. It's so beautiful, especially if you have, if the person you're reading for is a water person, you know, if they're, that could be like dealing with astrology, you know, like, are they a water sign? Are they a surfer? Are they connected with the water? Like, is it a waterman, you know, like, are they connected with the water? Think outside the box. Are they going through a very emotional time? You know, water is very yin in nature. They might connect with a feminine deck. What is that? I feel like there's a spot on this. Not too sure that's supposed to be there. And this is the attunement. Has her signature, but I don't think that's that doesn't look hand signed. That just looks like printed, but it's still a nice touch. Let's check out the cutting. Oops. Cutting looks really good. Just like, yeah, this reminds me a lot of the Rose Oracle. Cards feel the same. I think that, yeah, I think the cards feel the same. Cutting is great. So yeah, like, why do these cards look perfect with no peeling edges? and this one is already peeling, right? So yeah. And I was like, poor Gordon, you know, he made a beautiful deck. He made a beautiful deck, and it's a little bit lifted on mine. It's a little bit peeling, and then the back seems like it's slightly off center, and a lot of the cards seem slightly off center. But the printing of the number, seems like it's where it needs to be. So I don't really know what's going on with that. Maybe that's the way he did it. I'm not too sure. So let's see how they shuffle. They shuffle good. They shuffle like my the Rose Oracle. Obviously, the Rose Oracle shuffles a little better because it's more broken in. I use that deck a lot in my love readings and like where there's a wound. Like an ancestral wound, or like related to a woman. Or if it's a woman who has a wound, I like to use that deck too. There's a lot of instances I like to use that deck. Anyway, I'm looking forward to getting familiar with this deck and seeing where it's going to fit in, what types of readings is it going to work best with. All right, so let's pick a random card so we can read the description. Let's see, we have Planetary Wave, Soul Mission, Trust the Inner Call, Soul Team. All right, let's check out the Soul Team. I'm going to leave this out because I'm going to also pick my favorite card from each deck. So I'm just going to leave that out, even though I didn't do, let's see, Planetary Wave. Page 116. All right. Your soul chose to come into this body on this planet at this moment in time. You didn't come here on your own. You are part of a larger soul team. Sometimes it can feel as if it's just you and this thing all alone, but that couldn't be further from the truth. You're one droplet in a vast ocean of consciousness, here to flow with life. You're being called to trust the current of your own river and to answer the deep and to answer the call deep within. Take off the weight of responsibility that you need to travel this life on your own. Call in the ones who get you. Realize that you are part of a larger team. You are but one thread in the great tapestry of life. Your mission is clear. Keep doing what you're called to do. You'll never know the full impact that your being here on this planet will have and is already having. Keep trusting the call deep within. The more you embrace who you truly are and surrender to and flow with the current you're being called to, the easier it will be for your people to find you. Like two rivers that meet, and remember that they're made of the same things. You are not alone in your calling. And then I like that she continued to do this healing, like the healing affirmation. I think it's called a Rose Transmission in the other one, but on this one it's called Healing Waters Affirmation. I trust my inner calling and play my part in the greater plan. So that's something I encourage my people to like write it on a sticky note, write it in lipstick on the mirror, you know, whatever you need to do to see it, you know, tape it on your steering wheel if you have to, you know, you could look at it in traffic. But don't stare at it too long. You don't want people honking at you behind you, but you know, you want to see that. You want to keep telling yourself something that it's going to inspire you, right? So that is a cool card. I'm going to go through and find my favorite card from each deck. Now actually having, so these are the ones that I pulled. Having actually spent some time with these decks, I was really thinking that this would be my least favorite deck. And again, I still don't agree with like, just chalking it up to like, oh, that's the way I am, deal with it. This is how I am. I'm totally perfect and I'm not going to change. I think that can be a dangerous spot to be in, but still that's not the kind of, the way I would use this deck. So I was thinking this would be my least favorite deck because of the dent in my card and because how everything seems to be kind of shifted to the right. I think that, I think I will like the message of Gordon Smith's deck. And I'm wondering if it's just a typo that is only in my deck, or if you have this deck, please leave a comment below and let me know if your deck is also off-centered, and then maybe I'll just think it's like a print and run error, or maybe it's just like a batch error, or maybe it's just the way it was intended to be. But still, even if it's the way it's intended to be, I would have preferred the deck to look and feel more centered. So I'm thinking that this one would probably be my least favorite deck, at least for now, because even after I start to use the decks, I might change again, and then I might have a different favorite deck. This deck might end up being my favorite, or maybe this one. I don't know. But this is just like first impressions, you know. So yeah, the Healing Waters is actually my favorite, as expected. So, and that's the one that I was really excited about getting. So I'm going to go through and find my favorite card out of each of these. So I'm going to start with, I should have left that in there. I'm going to start with Louise Hay's Affirmations because it's the smallest deck, and I think that'll be easier to find my favorite. So that's the only reason I'm starting with this one. All right, so let's see. This is just the little dear friends thing. Okay, so well, there's actually quite a few that I like. If I had to narrow it down for one, I think I like this one. I think this one kind of reminds me of Patanjali's Yoga Sutra 1.1, which says Atta Yoga Nushasanam. And basically it's saying now yoga begins. Like now is the only time that the state of yoga can occur. So you have to live now. You have to live in the moment. You don't have to wait for yoga to happen. You don't have to wait for yoga to arise. It's always there. It's always available to you. And yoga is not like, I'm not talking about the poses. I'm talking about like the state of yoga, the state of being integrated, the mind, the body, the soul, that deep connection. And this card reminds me of that. So I really like that Yoga Sutra, and I really like that card. So this is my favorite card. This is the only time I get to live today. I choose to enjoy it. All right, so that is my favorite card. I should have done I should have done a reading with the 3 that I picked out, but I really can't remember what went here. I got so excited to pick my favorite card. But anyway, we're going to do a reading with this one in the center. So it is always okay to ask for guidance when the way is unclear. This is the only time you get to live today. Choose to enjoy it. So like if you need help, if you need guidance, if you have to ask your guides, if you have to ask whatever it is that you believe in for help, for encouragement, to show you a way, to show you a sign, definitely do it, because now is the only time that you have to walk that path, you know. And then the planetary wave, you know, like you don't like it's saying like you don't need to wait for well, it doesn't say that, but Pantajali Pantajali says that. Pantanjali, I can never say his name right. I'm saying he, but they actually, we're assuming it's a he, but like there's some people who believe that Pantanjali was probably like Shakespeare. Like they don't really know who that was, which is interesting and totally off topic. But anyway, moving into this planetary wave, soul mission, trust the inner call, the soul team. Like you may not feel like it, but you have this whole soul team supporting you. You know, you may not be you may not have the people around you who raised you. You may not have, you know, the same childhood friends around you. You may not have some of the people that you think that you need around you. But there's so many people on the same path as you. There's so many people who want the same things as you, who have the same goals, the same visions for humanity, for the world, that are positive, that are healing and uplifting. And all you have to do is, you know, like ask your guides, ask, you know, God or whatever, the spirit, you know, whatever it is, the universe, whatever it is that you believe in, and ask to be connected with those people. You know, bring them into your life. I remember for years I sat and like, man, why don't I have these people in my life? Or why I wish we, you know, it was more in the negative sense, so that it never happened. And then once I started manifesting it and really being conscious of my thoughts and the way that I projected it out, these people started filling the void in droves. And now I'm surrounded by my soul tribe. This card calls them the soul team. And that's literally what it is. So that's very cool. I wish I could remember what card was in the middle and the beginning, but I think this one fits. So I'm going to find my favorite card from Healing Spirits by Gordon Smith. Let's see. I really like this imagery. It's very ethereal. It's very, oh, I'm not even on camera. It's very ethereal. It's very dreamy. Oh, that's a tough one. So many of these cards that I like. I'm kind of torn because I kind of wish that I didn't like this deck so I could sell it because of the being off centered and the little mostly being off-centered. I could deal with the little bit of edge wear that would bother me, but not as much as like this off-centeredness. But I love the message and I like the images. So I'm going to make up my own little story as to why they're off-centered, like moving forward. We're not there yet. I don't know, but I'm going to have to be creative with that. But I kind of wish that I didn't really connect with the deck, because I would rather, I would like to sell it, but I like it so much, even though it's off to the side. I mean, like, so many of these are almost exactly, not quite. I don't know if they're actual quotes that I kind of have like somewhat ruminating in my head, or if this is just like a deck that really speaks to me. I don't know, but this sounds so much like me when I'm looking at the cards, trying to find my favorite. It's like, wow, I could totally see myself using these. All right, so now I have to pick one. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, narrowing it down to 4. Hope I'm not boring you. Let me know if you don't like me doing this, and then I won't. I'll just do this off camera. But if you enjoy it, then I'll keep doing this on camera. Let you listen to my ramblings as I go through and try to find my favorite card. Because this is something I would do anyway. Sometimes I turn off my camera and then I pull my cards out again. And then I do this by myself. And I'm like, well, maybe people would want to know. Maybe people would want to go on this little adventure with me. So I'm trying this. This is the second time I'm doing this in a video. And whether you would be here or not, I would probably still be rambling, only I would be doing it to my wiener dogs, and they'd be looking at me like, oh yeah, she's totally telling me something important. This is hard. There's these 3 are like, wow. How do I pick one? Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Well, I'm saying how can I pick one? And then I whispered, this is so hard. I don't know if you could even hear that. I don't know if the microphone picked it up and you're like, wait, what'd she say? Oh my gosh. Ooh. Okay. I think this one. I mean, probably those 5, but I'm going to narrow it down to this one. This one reminds me of story. And I don't know if I'm butchering it, but it's a story about Hercules. And supposedly there's a story about Hercules that this guy is, he's got his cart and he's trying to take it to the market, and he's got his wheel stuck in the muck, and he's crying out, "Oh, Hercules, Hercules, help me with your with your strength," and Hercules doesn't want to come help him, because the moral of the story, the guy never tries to get his wheel out of the mud. He just gives up, and he's just like, no, I'm not going to even try to get my own wheel out of the mud. And the moral of the story is, I guess it's like a fable or something. The moral of it was that it said something like, gosh, my son's 17. I haven't read this story since he was in kindergarten, but it was something like, why would Hercules come down and help a mortal like who won't even put his own plow and like to the whatever, to the cart and try to push, you know, like you can't expect a miracle when you won't even lift a finger, basically. So this card says your spirit guide can lead you, but can't do it for you. Like you can be guided, you can have these urges and these intuitions, you can have all the signs in the world, you can have people volunteer to help you. And sometimes we're stuck in the position that we're in because we won't put our own shoulder to the cart or the plow or whatever it is. And you know, try. We don't even try. We don't take the first step. So I really like this card. That's my favorite. That is my favorite. Okay, I guess I'm gonna put this one back. It's always okay to ask for guidance when the way is unclear, you know, but once you get your guidance, then you gotta take this step. You gotta do it yourself. Nobody's gonna do it for you. Okay, let's see. All right, let's put that away. I'm gonna put this in the box so I don't lose it. Okay, now for Rebecca Campbell. So planetary wave there. Let's find our favorite. My favorite. This card is not my favorite. This card just looks a little weird to me. I don't know. I don't know. That one is a little weird to me. Okay, let's see. I do like that one. Yeah, I'm on camera. Okay. So I like a lot of these too, but these ones I really like. And then some of these, I think I might connect more with the message in the book, but like based on these little, like the little snippet and the image, it's not something that's making me like, ooh, yeah, you know, but like with the Rose Oracle, like the same thing. And then when I'm going through and I'm reading I'm reading the book and for readings, and it's like, wow, oh my gosh, yes. So I really like Rebecca Campbell's work. But it actually took me quite a while to really like make a deep connection with the Rose Oracle. It wasn't like an instant bond, I guess you could say. I did like the deck, but it took me a while to really get into it. And now that I am, I really enjoy that deck. I think it was more like because there was so much information that I had to grasp and digest. And I think that was when I first opened it, I just wasn't ready to sit there and digest all of that. Okay. I like the planetary waves card too, but I don't know. If I had to pick, I think out of all of these and planetary wave, I don't know if it's going to make like my top card. Let's see. And again, once I read the meanings, that could still change. But for now, I'm trying to narrow it down to just like first impressions, favorite card. All right, let's see. I don't think these are all going to fit on camera, but I can see them. Okay, let's see. Okay, so out of these two, into the unknown and deep sea diving, I think I like the deep sea diving because this person's like going in and this person's still thinking about it. But facing your fears, man, I love I love coaching people to overcome fears. That's something I've always been drawn to from even as a young child. Like I almost drowned. I had my dog teach me how to swim. I don't know how old I was, but I was really young, maybe like 7 years old, maybe a little bit older. I'm not too sure. No, I couldn't have been older than 7. I had my dog teach me how to swim, and I swear he just looked at me like, okay. He jumped in the pool and taught me how to swim. It took more than one time, but I would ask him like, hey, can you teach me how to swim? Show me how to swim. And he would just look at me like, you better be paying attention. And he would jump in, do the doggy paddle back and forth across the pool, and he'd get out like, and he'd look at me like, did you get it yet? Anyway, and then I just decided, okay, one day I knew how to swim, and I jumped in the pool. I started paddling, doggy paddling, just like my dog. And I told my grandma, like, see, I told you I knew how to swim. And she was like, oh, that's cool. But actually, it didn't actually happen like that. I told my brother to jump in the pool with me, and I taught him how to swim on the spot. He was younger than me. And so I taught us both how to swim that day. I knew that I knew how to swim, and I just had the faith, and I knew that it was kind of stupid, but I knew that I could teach him on the spot. And so I just told him when we jumped in, I told him like, this is what you do. And he did it. And I told my grandma, like, see, I told you I knew how to swim. Anyways, after that, I taught my other brother how to swim, and I taught my sister. And then I even taught my mom, who was like 33 years old at the time. I taught her how to swim too. So I've always helped people face their fears, starting with myself. But I started very young. That was my point. That's just always something I've done. Let's see. This card is beautiful. I think these two are probably my favorite for as far as aesthetics. Beautiful. But I think I'm going to go with water codes, with ancient wisdom, the intelligence is within you. Like you already possess it. You just don't even know it. You forgot that you knew it. And all you have to do is remember and tap in. I love that. Yeah. All right. So those are my favorite 3 cards out of these decks. This is the only one I'm a little disappointed on. I could deal with the edge wear. Really just wish it was centered. That's my biggest gripe, as you're well aware of all of my complaining about it. But I still love it. I think, I don't know who Gordon Smith is other than this little walkthrough that I just did right now with checking out his cards. And I think I'm going to get to know him a little bit better. I do like what I know of Gordon Smith so far. So I am really interested in knowing if any of you have this deck and if it's off-centered, just out of curiosity. Either way, I'm still going to keep my deck, but just for curiosity's sake. Actually, I'm going to leave this card out. I'll stick this up here with my little, it's got a totally different vibe, but we're going to, whatever, we're going to stick that right there. And I'm going to put this away. Really excited about this deck. I kind of like that this deck only came with 1 of these inserts. I think my other one, the Rose Oracle, came with 2. And I don't think it's needed. I use them like deck protectors. I put one on one side of the deck, and then I put the other on the other side, but it has the guidebook, and I don't think the other deck protector is necessary. It just seems like something extra that I have to worry about, like storing. So I'm just going to stick this in here, and I'll use this like a little bookmarker. So all right. Okay. One thing you do have to be careful with this box though, is that you don't accidentally like mess up your cards or your book like that. Like how one side goes over it and then the other side can, you don't want to damage it like this. So you want to make sure that everything is tucked into this little triangle box. And then also, this one seems like a lot more secure. My Rose Oracle box, it's a lot more loose. So I have picked it up off my shelf. There's a shelf in my bookshelf, and I've picked it up like this, and it's fallen and exploded all over my floor. So I'm in the habit of now grabbing it from the bottom, but this one seems like it's a lot more snug. So I don't know if that other one is just me, or if other people have had that issue, but this one, I mean, you can hear it. It's like, boom. So this one's a lot more snug. So I do like that. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I know this is a long video, but I'm hoping I can cut some of this out. I know there's like parts where my dogs are going nuts. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't bore you with my rambling. And please let me know if you enjoy me going through finding my favorite card, because that's something that I'll just cut out if that's not something that you guys enjoy being a part of. Then I'll just do that on my own. So just let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, please give a like and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.